Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dustin Mankin. This is Excite Video Magazine, and welcome to the first episode of the Project 180 series. If you can't tell by now from the name that I'm talking about a 180SX, ain't nothing I can do for you, son. Before we get started, I will tell you that yes, the filming styles are going to change throughout this project. It was filmed over such a long time, and I had a lot of different ideas about how I wanted to film this. But bear with me, because as far as I know, I am the only foreigner in Japan that is building an ongoing car project on YouTube. It's going to be awesome, and I'll answer all of your questions that I can along the way. I'm going to do a couple videos soon on buying a car in Japan, so I'm not going to get into those details too much, but I will tell you that I took the road less traveled and I bought the car from a private seller as a private person, which I can tell you almost never happens in this country. I found out about this car before I even came to Japan, actually before my wife was even my internet girlfriend. She told me that her neighbor had a sports car and that it was a 180SX, and to be honest, I kind of doubted her because she's not really into cars, and I just thought, well, either she doesn't know what she's talking about or whatever. But when I made it to Japan and finally got to her mom's apartment building, lo and behold, there was the 180 in all of its crusty glory. And this thing would have made the best project because it was unmodified and it was a little bit rough, so it was a perfect blank canvas to do whatever you wanted to with it. But we didn't really know what was going on with our situation, and we didn't really know what was going on with the neighbor situation, so we kind of just left it be for the time. I used a lot of car buying books like Goo and Car Sensor to find cars, and I found a lot of them in my range, which was about $5,000 at the time. But when you get there, it would always be in need of other repairs that was going to cost additional money, or they didn't include the price of the inspection, so you're looking at another $2,000 right there. And it was pushing all of them closer to the $7,000 range, which I really didn't want to drop on a 180. Get this. One guy quoted me like $10,000 for a rough-ass 180SX Type X. I didn't even say anything. I just got the wife and got in the car. That's disrespectful as hell. How are you going to ask GTR money for a damn 180SX? Anyway, fast forward to about a year later, and my wife's ex-neighbor, is ready to sell. And they want to sell it for about $1,000, and they're hoping that it's not too much. I didn't even bargain with them because to me it was a really good deal. I'll show you what I picked up in Japan for $1,000 right now. Well, you never know what's hiding on those old VHS tapes. Now that we got a flashy reveal montage out of the way, let's talk a little bit more about the 180SX. First off, my wife's mom's apartment is right on the ocean. I'm talking apartment, tennis court, ocean type close. So the fact that the car lived in salt air for 20 years with minimal rust is a miracle in and of itself. Now, I'm not saying there's none, but I couldn't find much for the time being. Where I could find some rust was on the trunk, and it was under the leg of the spoiler on the passenger side. There was also a little bit of rust inside of the wheel well, and there was just starting to get some there on the lip to the rear quarter on the outside. But it's a Koki, so it came with the baller wing, awesome taillights, and the Type X looking front bumper that the Kokis all came with, and no stupid automatic seat belts. like I mentioned, it's an NA, so it's a Type S, not a Type X. But is anybody in the United States not used to doing an SR swap by now? No. Back to the exterior. Like I said, it's rough, but it's completely doable. The fender has that weird spray paint bubble on it, but that's not really a problem because I'm not going to keep that collar anyway. It also has that awesome Koki bumper, but the problem with that is that thing is rougher than a high schooler's face before Proactive. Can I fix it? I don't know. I've never tried to fix a urethane bumper before, so I actually have no idea, but I'm going to try. And another thing is the passenger side door doesn't shut properly. There's probably like a 1mm, 2mm gap, but I'm pretty sure I could fix that, so that's one of the things that I'm not worried about on this project. The last big knock to the exterior is that big crease that's in the rear quarter panel, but obviously that's not that big of a deal because I have a plan for that too. The interior has a hint of a stale tobacco smell, but then again, S13s are not known for the great smells that come from the interior unless it's a really bad smell. All in all, I'm more than satisfied with it. It's great. I can't wait to get it home and get started on it. Now, in the next video, we are going to start on that front bumper and we're going to take off the B-pillars and try to straighten them out because they've seen better days too. So if you like this video, please hit like for me and subscribe for you so you can find out when the next one's coming out. I'll see you then. Peace.